Hey guys, Jason here at Samco Workshop. Today we're going to talk about the right way to off-road so that you don't beat your vehicle up. Now don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people out there that want to go gung-ho and blast through stuff and throw water everywhere and do really crazy things and beat the rigs up, and that's fine. Like I said, no problem with that. But here's my advice for you, is to go slow. Okay, off-road is about having your vehicle be capable enough to do the job that you want it to do, and then be able to do it slow enough that everything is controlled. Anything other than that is just reckless wrecking your vehicle, as far as I'm concerned. I get called weak because I don't off-road, I don't take mine to Moab, and I don't try and climb up over rocks, and I don't go over boulders, and I don't try to do all this crazy stuff on 30-degree inclines. And I don't need to do that. Okay, we're out here hunting. But as you're seeing in some of these clips here, there's a lot of dangers out here. Okay, you can see, look at this wash that I'm going to show you. Imagine if this wash was under, that you're going to see here, was actually under the stuff that you see here. Here we have a creek that is overflown and is flooded out through here, and there's moving water going across through here. These are sand roads. Okay, sand roads that turn into mud and a mess when this happens. Imagine where that moving water was when I came through here had I not seen it and ended up hitting that 3-foot drop. Okay, so there's a lot of variables that we got to watch for. Walk your holes if you can, take your time, go slow, be controlled. There's a reason that this thing has front and rear lockers. The reason for those front and rear lockers isn't for me to go try stupid stuff with it. The reason for that is to allow me to get through this stuff slow and controlled. If I start to sink in, I start to get there, I have the traction to get me out of there, and if I got to muscle through it, I can. I have the stuff to be able to go slow. That whole, oh look at, let's just blast through it and hit it with everything you got. It's the worst thing you can do to your vehicle. Okay, mud is horrible for it. Water is not good for it. If you're going through water, like you watch this section of another piece of river I just did earlier, notice that as I'm showing you out of the camera, I am pushing a bow wave. My tires look like they're only in like 10, 15, 20 inches of water, but there's a bow wave out here in front of the Jeep that I started pushing with my bumper and with my skid plate right here, and it is pushing that whole bow wave that I'm riding slowly behind, keeping me in the shallower water as it pushes all the water forward. Okay, there's a lot of things that you want to do and pay attention to. And then actually, as I went through that water hole I went through, now it was on a road, but that stuff, you saw the mud coming up out of there. These things turned into a mess. I had it in 4 high, and I had my rear locker engaged. I did not kick on my front one. Could have if I needed to, but I had it in 4 high with my rear locker on. Okay, because I don't want to get stuck. When you are doing obstacles, when you are attempting things, when you are going to use your vehicle off-road, slow and controlled does everything. Let your vehicle have the capability and the power to get you out of there and to get you through there. That's how you're not going to beat up your truck. Like I said, I know off-roading is a rave today, and I love it, and it's amazing, and I watch so many of these videos, but so many of these people that do this stuff, I'm watching them going, you're an idiot. I'm sorry, but you're an idiot to do that to that truck. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean, yes, it's great for recreational, but the good ones, the people that are out there really, they got the really good channels that are really trying to do this stuff, slow and controlled. Everything is slow and methodical and controlled with decision making. It is not hit it with everything you got and see if you can do it. It is not, oh, see if I can get through this and break this while I'm doing it. It's none of that kind of stuff. Slow and controlled. That is the key to making sure that your vehicle is going to hold up. Make sure you're going to get through this stuff. Make sure you're going to be happy about it. Make sure you're not going to inquire any damage to your vehicle. Make sure you're not going to have mud caked into places that you never thought could have been imaginable. Make sure you're not going to hydrolock your engine from slamming into a water hole and throwing all that water right into your intake that sits right over there and dropping all that in and you know, sucking it in, and then your motor freezes up, pushing water in through seals. You're not going to have any of those issues if you take it slow and controlled. That's the key takeaway here. Don't overdo it. Don't push it. Make sure your vehicle has the capability. Take it slow and controlled. And then, even then, if you get stuck, okay, again, like I said, I'm not talking about Western or mountain type off-roading, okay? I don't do that stuff. I mean, I do some adventuring up there in the mountains in North Georgia, but I'm not one of those guys that's going to go out, like I said, and beat that. I'm not going to an off-road park to purposely beat my vehicle. Not going to do it. But out here in the real world, for us that hunt, fish, and explore and recreate out in the woods, and we have to get through some of these things, Slow and controlled, key thing. But with your vehicle, if you are going to get stuck, it is better to barely get stuck and then be able to get out of it, rather than it is to get way stuck in there deep where it becomes a problem. That's the beauty of actually taking it slow. When you realize you're getting in and you're getting stuck and you're in trouble, you can try to muscle it from there, but you might get a little further, you might not, but it is an easy recovery, whether you have a buddy recovering it for you or you're recovering it yourself with all the different tactics that I've shown you and it's online. You can recover that yourself, okay? If you start from way back there on high ground and you floor it through that stuff and you try to power through, you get halfway through it. Now you're in a world of trouble when you're 40, 50 yards into a mess hole and you got to try and get somebody to get you out of there and you're buried in up to the axles and framed out and you're in trouble. That makes life very, very difficult to do. So your best bet is slow and controlled and see what you can do with that. And if you can't do it, find another way. Go around somewhere else. Do something differently. That's how you're going to not wreck your vehicle. Like I said, people can, these off-roaders, they can call me a pansy all they want to. Okay, but they don't live where I do. They're not out here 300 miles a week doing what I'm doing. And we are in springtime, and this is what this thing deals with all the time now. And I want it to last. I am not out here to beat this vehicle. If you are not planning on beating your vehicle and you want to take care of it, yet use it to recreate and enjoy the beautiful outdoors, when you get into situations and obstacles, slow and controlled. I don't care if it's rocks, I don't care if it's mud, I don't care if it's water, I don't care what it is. Slow and controlled wins hands down. Thanks for watching.